How is it that time goes past so quickly? How is it that time goes past so quickly? A few seconds ago, there was 7 minutes to 9. Now, it's 1 minute past 9. Past so quickly. How does that happen? How is it that time goes past so quickly? Okay, well, I can hear that you can hear me, and I'm here. And it's a Monday morning, and up and Adam, I guess. It's time for life. And, geesh, I'm not ready for this week. Very interesting developments today for me, I find. The spirit of the day being 5 Ajmaq. That's very interesting. 5 being the number that's linked to destructive water, like a tsunami or a dam breaking, overflowing, right? And then Ajmaq, the process of matching and bringing complementary opposites together, for instance, in a business deal or a partnership. So it also means walking in darkness, which refers to the emotional blindness caused in love. You know, love is blind. And the cycle of procreation, linking parents and children and grandparents all together. So very strange and disturbing for me to look at these concepts. I dived in a bit deeper into it to try and understand the surges, the fluid, the water spilling, the flood, the momentum and movement, the lack of containment, the energy and the power, and you just can't hold back. It's all happening. So a feeling of effort and work and direction and fruition. And then there's blindness and matching, the bonds, the partnerships, the overlooking, would you say, faults or weaknesses in other people in order to focus on the positive things. Walking in darkness comes with those very intense feelings of love and attraction, attachment, and things being worth it. You know, it's worth not having to deal with this about this person because there's this. It's worth giving this business a go because even though there's this. Cyclically, it represents the procreation and lineage cycle. So the intersection of those two, all right, says the result of the intersection of the destructive water and the complementarity are that emotions and attachments overflow. Connections may surge forward quickly, sometimes before the people involved are ready to handle them. Well, I'm never ready, am I? So here's a day. And I was feeling not ready when I started the day. I was like, oh, it's this beautiful Sunday, and the sky is blue, and the sun is shining, and I have the Starlink Mini to go and test out and go and do a live stream somewhere, just for fun. I'm plotting it. So I woke up this morning with all these things bubbling and overflowing, and the excitement and all the things, and I've spent all weekend doing the quantum gathering, and I've got another hour of that, and it was such a great talk. So we've got 2 parts of the quantum gathering this week, which I'm quite liking, to put it out in 2 parts, not in one long part, although one long part does have its positives. Got to mash these 2 sides together. And I'm nearly finished with Dude, Where's My Wallet, which has been so exciting for me because it's the first of a new sound to the show. And we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm just feeling that I'm not ready for this. And then we have this connections that will surge forward, sometimes before the people involved are ready to handle them. Partnerships and reconciliations can happen in sudden sweeping ways, but also with the risk of being blinded by the rush of feeling. The overflow may push relationships into new stages. Confession, a proposal, a reconciliation, or a rupture. A powerful day for forgiveness that comes like a flood, washing away old tensions. Also, a caution against letting emotional surges pull you into agreements or bonds without clarity. So, a lot of energy here today. A lot of energy. And gave me a picture. I'm not sure if this is... Look, a sweet little picture. Okay, so feeling a little bit overwhelmed and like, whew, how am I going to cope with this day? And not that I read this and then felt overwhelmed. All right, it comes the other way. I have these feelings. I get up in the morning, oh, and then here I am, and I need to settle down and focus and get ready for the day and do this live stream and talk about the focus and getting on and settling down and concentrating on the tasks ahead. And so I get up with the turmoil in my mind and I turn to this little ritual and routine that I have of investigating the narwhal. And today it was emotional to do that. Possibly because the intensity of my feelings was right up there. So looking at this and putting this into these words was difficult. The little poem that's here is The Overflowing Bond. Today the waters rise. What was contained behind the quiet dam of the heart spills into the open, rushing towards the place where opposites meet and entwine. This is the blindness of love, the sudden clasp of hands before the mind can measure, the ancient pull that joins two strands into one cord. Ajmaq walks in darkness, not to be lost, but to trust the current that carries us towards each other. Let the flood wash away the stones of resentment. Let the surge bring forgiveness into the bones. And as the waters recede, stand together on new ground, ready to weave the next thread in the lineage of connection. It sounds so grand and so full of hope and so easy when I read it in a sort of a poem. Anyway, I had a few minutes while I was drinking my coffee and I was thinking about this chai actually. And I was thinking about this and I jumped into X. And I usually spend a few minutes there just, I don't know why. I suppose I would like to kind of know what's going on in the world, and that's a little link for me that I feel safe. You know, it's nicely behind the wall of X, and I don't interact, but I look. And this is going to take a while, I think, so if you want to go now, I understand. I'm kind of done with the day, but I'm going to read this thread now, just to ground myself, because, well, I'm not going to explain it. I found one of those little pictures that says, that little postery things that says, does the pain of losing someone special ever go away? And it says yes, no, in time. So I wrote no. And then I thought, well, it's only been 5 years. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to read this, and I need to. So I read it. And it's intense. And I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the replies. It says it's listed by most relevant replies, so it goes on for a while. First answer, no. But there are many ways to deal with it. Celebrating their day of birth, not the day they died. Dedicate to doing something for the deceased, doing something that the deceased felt passionate about, volunteering in his example. Facebook has an option for making remembrance pages where people can tell stories and memories. Somebody says, interesting idea. My answer was no. And the next person, it does not really go away, it changes shape. At first it's sharp and constant, like a wound you can't stop touching. Over time it becomes more like a scar. It is still there, but it hurts less often. And instead of just pain, it carries memories, lessons, and love you can keep. The pain hasn't gone away after my mother passed 16 years ago. My appreciation for all she did grows stronger every year. Loss resonates on many levels. On a physical level, the loss of a limb or faculty or sight, hearing. We cope with that loss on the physical level. Concerning the loss of a deep emotional attachment with another person, that's the same level of loss. The distinction being, if given the impossible choice, we would choose the loss of limbs and faculty over the loss of a loved person. I think emotional loss is as great or greater than physical loss. The disfigurement of emotional loss never goes away. I don't think it will go away. I lost 2 babies. I have progressed a lot in how to deal with it, grief and pain. The level of hurt decreases as I heal and embrace the life I have always been given. The pain will always be there, hopefully acting as a motivation, not a hindrance. Finding the purpose of our life, a calling, and finding meaning and peace with God. The memory of that pain never leaves, but with time I think we make peace with it, like the phantom pain that occurs after a limb is amputated. It's a part of who we are now and a reminder of who we were. 21 years later, not in time, not ever. I don't really want to forget. No, it never goes away. Your life changes shape around it. Some days are easier than others, but it becomes a new life without them. No, you just learn to live with it. You will reunite in heaven, though, I would like to believe. No, in 1980 I lost my fiancé 2 weeks before getting married. I think of him often, but I've moved on. No, the pain is always there, but you adapt, heal and grow. I'm still crying over losing my best friend, Emma Lou, my dog. It has been 5 months. No, you just learn to pivot in my experience. Not for some losses. Turns out I'll never stop missing my mum. I've just learned to love her life differently. The pain subsides, the beautiful memories never leave. No, you just learn to live with the loss. Never, I miss you, Liz, every single day. Sometimes a very long time, sometimes not, depends. No, it lessens, but it's always within you. No, but there is joy knowing I will see them again. It's never gone, it hibernates. Grief carries a spiked whip and beats you when you least expect it. You live with, beside, and on top of, and even sometimes under grief. It is never gone. I miss my sister every day. The pain never goes away, you just learn to live with it. No, I miss my sister every day. It's been 8 years. It depends on how they were lost. If death, pain never goes away, but becomes part of you. If divorce or something like that, yes, it will go away with time, but one must do the work to heal during that time. No, but you can turn sadness into happiness and remember the good. No, you just learn to live with it. No, never completely. The pain will dim, but then something will trigger you and the pain resurfaces. In general, the pain weakens as time goes by, with the exception of losing a son or daughter. Pain leaves and is replaced with longing. No, it doesn't. You'll eventually be able to move forward again, but it never fully goes away. Sadly, I speak from experience. No, it ebbs and flows. No, the pain dulls over time, but never goes away, sending you prayers and deep hugs. No, but it becomes a part of you that you can accept and grow with. No, 4.5 years and just now, I'm truly moving forward again. The pain is still there. No, we just learn to live with that gaping hole inside our chest. It doesn't go away, it just changes. No, you learn to live with the function while living with the heartbreak. No, but it eases. No, it isn't as overwhelming as it is in the beginning, but it's always there. The pain never goes away, it morphs into something else. No, love never dies. The closer you were, the more you are reminded. But time heals all wounds. The pain diminishes, but when a reminder comes along, such as now, it returns. No, you just get used to carrying it. In time. No, but it becomes bearable. It gets easier with time. Never. Eventually, in time. Based on my experience, no. Yes, in time, but it always hurts a little. No. No, it just becomes manageable over time. No. Special? Hitler was special. Mussolini was special. And no one is missing them. Replace special with love, and your answer is no. Never. Never, it just changes form. No, never. No, just less painful over time. No, sadly not. Who cares? I am 80 and no one around me has ever died. Yes. No. 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 Time heals all wounds. No. No, never. Never. No. N-O. No. Sadly, no. Never. No. Depends on who they are. No. Never. In time. No. Never. No. 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 No, but you learn to manage it and move on living a productive life. If you're a believer, you will be reunited with them again. That's the reward in the end. No. 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 The pain lessens but never goes away. No, 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 never ever. No, no, no. Those who have plumbed the depths of suffering feel the deepest, forbear the longest, and their love is eternal. When offended, they forgive the easiest because they've suffered more deeply than the offence. If you have someone like this in your life, don't take them for granted. It never goes away. It just smarts less. It's endlessly triggered by life, things they've missed reading, watching, or knowing about. Things that would have made you both laugh. And the worst, when you want to chat about something or you need a cuddle. I'm speaking of my dad and mum. My mum, she was 74, cancer. She was at home. I was the one to give her her last oral morphine while holding her hand. She died in 2012, peacefully. I'm okay. My high school sweetheart died in a murder-suicide 40 years ago. I'm still hurting. I'm 63, I never married. No, the pain never goes away. You just get used to it. Like having a piece of you severed or amputated. You just learn to live with it. Pain from loss may ease in time, but it never completely goes away. Keep your good memories alive with pictures and videos, etc. Never stop telling stories about your lost loved ones. No, you go forward and you learn how to deal with it and about it. It becomes a conversation with them at times, or a wish out loud that they were still here. Moving forward is healthy. Remembering is crucial. They are always valuable and present. Just listen. Time, only time. And the pain does not go away, but you as a person will come to terms and move on with your own life. As it is as precious as the one that you lost. It eventually subsides, and I have lingering feelings of missing them no matter how long it's been. I also know that one day I will see them again because of my faith in Jesus Christ. This knowledge is very comforting and gives me peace. Grace and peace to you. I think in time it gets less, and hopefully the memories become sweeter. The missing feeling don't, but God makes no mistakes, and will send peace and healing to your heart for the rest of your life until you see the person again. After sharing life and its trials and tribulations with my husband for 46 years, I do not see how it's ever going away. You get used to the suffering and the loss. Pray to God. You pray to God to reunite. You pray God will reunite us in the end with Jesus someday. Like a scar, the pain may go away, but you're forever affected. This after losing my best friend in 2003 unexpectedly in a car accident. It never goes away. It gets better over time. Yes, but it took 4 years for the sharpest pain to subside, and now, nearly 20 years later, I am still sad and teary missing him. It lessens and you carry on. It never completely goes away. No, it never goes away. It changes over time. The rawness can soften, but you can go back to that pain in a blink of an eye at any time. No, I lost my son in 2016. The 10-ton weight placed in my heart that night will forever be there. I've just grown stronger so that I can honor his memory. Sadly, it will be felt for a while. Then you will simply learn to incorporate those wonderful memories into your present life, and you will be more content as you move forward. God bless you. Yes, the memory will stay put, and the pain will ease and leave a scar. No, you learn to live with it. It hits you the hardest when you least expect it, like a long drive in the country. But you carry on because you know that others need you and love you. My eldest son died October the 22nd, almost 10 years ago. With God's help, I cope, but the pain continues. It changes from grief to sadness, but it never really goes away. That's the price of love. I still miss my parents and my older brother, but I wouldn't change the deep love we shared when we were together. It always sucks. It just sucks a little less each day until you get to a point where your good memories are more common than your bad ones. I don't think so. It gets more bearable, that's how I feel. When people are young, they are busy to think too much, but in the nights, and when they get much older and less to do, everything comes back. I saw this when I worked in the so-called older houses. It's sad. No, but it helps to remember the laughs and the joy you had. This way, the best of them are with you always. Yes, I believe God heals all, but you have to give him all the pieces. It becomes bearable. I lost my son on the 5th of the 16th of the 5th, 21st, 21, from an accidental overdose, fentanyl overdose. Thanks, Biden. Grief is just love with no place to go. No, you just learn to live with it. I don't think it ever fully goes away. It becomes more bearable and easier to manage, in my experience. It changes. You learn to live with the reality that it happened, or else you'll go crazy. Yeah. IMHO, it doesn't go away, but it changes. It can go into hibernation, but even 26 years later, in my case, a random song or smell can remind me how much I still miss them. And it still hurts in that moment. No, I miss my best friend every day. 45 years of friendship does not disappear. Yes and no. In my experience, that loss is locked away in a special place, so they are never really lost. The pain lessens over time, but it never goes away entirely. The initial pain subsides over time and gets filed away somewhere in our minds, but only to resurface when something triggers a memory. I lost my mum over 30 years ago. I think about her a lot. I wish she were here, and then I realize I don't want to lose her again. The hard times come and go, but I have the hope of seeing her in heaven. The pain goes in time, but the memory never leaves. It never entirely goes away, but it gets a little better. No, but the grief softens. You tuck the pain away and days get easier. No, never. It just changes in character, but the pain persists. No, you just manage better. The pain fades little by little, but the moments we spent together last forever in our hearts. No, it gets easy to carry it, to go on and to live with the weight of it. But it will randomly just overwhelm me, and the path is as fresh and as new as the day it happened. It changes who you are as a person. It has not after 2.5 years. It happens less frequently, but the pain is just as intense. It eases away from time to time, and then it pops back up. That's when I choose to remember all the good things and times. If they're a believer, it softens and becomes a gradual anticipation of seeing them again. No, but you learn to live day to day, and there are always many triggers that subtly remind you of the grief of the loss. Yeah, like walking out of the house, seeing the blue sky, hearing the birds sing, feeling the breeze on your face, drinking a cup of coffee, driving into town. You just learn how to deal with the loss of the loved ones. It never goes away. Their absence is felt more deeply over time. Not totally, we learn to live with the memories we have of them. No, you learn to live with the great memories of that person. No, it just softens over time, then unexpectedly cuts like a light knife to the heart again. Yes, when you give it to God. No, you just learn to handle that pain and accept that they are no longer alive. The pain goes away, but you may forever miss them. No, it just subsides a little in time, but it's never forgotten. No, it lessens over time, but it never fully goes away. At least that's my experience, and so I can't speak for anyone else. No, never. I still miss my parents terribly. Gone too soon. Also one of my closest friends. Cancer sucks. It eases a little over time, but no, it doesn't go away. In time, all wounds heal eventually. No, there can be a period where it's okay, but it comes back every time. When you're numb, you don't know the difference. No, it never goes away. In time, but it comes back at moments. No, you learn to live with the loss. No, my mum passed 20 years ago, and I know without a doubt she is with her Saviour. I miss her as much today as I did yesterday. No, it calms down a bit. You can carry on and enjoy life, but with sadness, that comes and goes daily. Yes and no. No, not really. It's 10 years next month since my dad passed away, and it still hurts so much. Heart. Mourning is a process that waxes and wanes over time, I believe. I decay if it ever goes completely away. No, you just learn to accept the grief. No, it helps to maintain the emotional bond. Grief changes shape, but it never ends, says Keanu Reeves. Apparently. It's, I don't know if that's true, but never, but they're always with you. Never, it gets easier, but it never goes away. No, it just diminishes to a point where you can live with it. No, you have to learn to live with hope that you have a blessed day. No, you just have to learn to live with it. Hope you have a blessed day. The initial pain goes away with time. The subtle pain of missing someone stays, but it's not a bad feeling. No, crying face. No, but you can learn to manage and live with it. It depends on how they've passed. No, in time it becomes more bearable but never stops. That would be an absolute no. I'm speaking from experience. No, it does not. A great love, great pain. No, you learn to manage it better. I think the intensity of the pain goes away, but it sometimes comes back at unusual times. It might not be as intense, but you feel it. The pain, yes, in time, but the loss, never. No, but it does get easier to live with. No, it never does. You might learn to tolerate the pain, but some wounds never heal. Never. You just learn to pretend that you're okay. No, it doesn't. It just stings a little less as the time goes on. It never goes away. Grief hits in waves and you just have to learn how to cope. It definitely isn't easy. I don't think it does. The pain just becomes less acute. No, you learn how to deal with it better. Time heals and makes it better, but it never goes away. No, it's always there, and some days are harder than others. It does ease. The memories make the hate less. In time, but the memories are there forever. Still painful, just not as acute. It dulls, but it never truly goes away. IMO, it just lessens over time and becomes bearable. The pain subsides over time, but longing for the old days and memories remains strong. Pain, yes, memories never. No, learning to live with it. No, but somehow you get used to living with it. No choice. No, it dulls, but it never disappears. It doesn't go away, but it lessens a bit. No, it dulls, but never leaves. Yes, the pain goes away, but the love never does. Keep them in your heart. My grandma's with me every day. No, it just teaches you how to adapt to the pain. Pain and memories stay. No, but it becomes less painful over time. Never, it fades away, but it never goes away. No, it doesn't. No, you learn to live with it. Oh, hell no. No, it just changes. No, never. Fades away, but not entirely. No, you just get used to it. All in uppercase, sentence case. No, you just get used to it. Hell no. I lost our two oldest children. Fuck no. Absolutely. Nothing is permanent. Never. Time heals all. JS. It gets better, but it takes time. I would know. I was widowed in my early 30s. Neurotypicals, yes. Neurodivergence, no. No. Never. In time. In time. No, only eases. No, because he's still a part of you. No, not totally. It dulls. No. 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 No, never. No. No, you learn to live with it. Very slowly. No, time eases it. No. No. Nope, it gets easier. No, unfortunately. No, never. Yes. Nope. No. No. Not really. Not really. Never. Nope. Never. No. No. No, it's always there. No. In time. No. No. Never. No. Never. No. No, never. No. Nope. No. No, never. No. 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 Ebbs and flows. No. 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 No! Exclamation mark. Learn to live with it. No. In time. No! Crying face. No. No. Sad face. Never. No. No. Never. No. 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 Not really. No. no, 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 no. It seems not so far. No, 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 never. No, 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 yes, no, 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 it never does. No. Go away? No. But it does change into something more bearable eventually. No, 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 no. The hole in your heart does get smaller in time. No, but it becomes less intense, less devastating. No, a hole is left forever. No, you just have to learn to live with their absence. No, never. No, you just have to keep a room for them in your heart and rent to someone else who will make the pain go away. No, it just hides behind a mental shield, waiting for a moment to rise again. It doesn't. Why would you ever want it to go away? That's all you have left of them. Letting go of my daughter's hand is beyond the hardest thing I've ever done. I don't wish it on anyone. I miss her every second, every minute, every hour, every day. I died that day as well. I love her. I find remembering that my loved ones went above and beyond in their lives to save me from my own misery helps me to strive to live a life that brings me happiness and lightens the sadness. But losing someone you love never heals. Not really. You accept it. You will always miss them and wish you could see them again. No, you just learn to cope, but it never gets any easier. Never. So that is my wall of water for 5. Ajmaq. And I am really glad that I found that, because I have been going on this idea that is obviously not very popular among people who are dealing with pain. That is very popular among people who are not dealing with it. That it will go away and it'll get easier. Sometimes living with hope is more difficult than living with reality. And I think maybe what you hope for needs to change, needs to be reality, and you need to have a very clear perception of what to expect. I've been sort of living this last 5 years thinking this next year will be better, this will get better, it will change. Like, that has been an amazing thing for me, to be able to sit with that thread, which I've done twice now, once by myself and once with you. The message that I get this morning is that nothing's going to get easier. Nothing's going to reduce the suffering or the misery. But we can cope better. the level at which we engage with the world can change in order to compensate for the pain. And that is a type of empowerment that I really need. So yeah, this was therapy that I did without the AI, but with X instead. So I don't know what that means, and I don't care. But I'm pleased, and I'm glad, and I'm pleased to be able to listen to the voice of the people and to understand that I need to let go this idea that something's going to change and things are going to get easier and I'm going to go on. No, if I can accept that this is who I am and the reality of my world around me has to change, I have to change it in order to feed myself more positive feedback, because I need to accept the reality that she's always going to be dead and she's always going to be my daughter. And I'm going to go now. So yeah, if you're still here, wow. Thanks for your love. To sit with me through that, yeah, that was sweet of you. Big thumbs up. You're lovely. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to do the day, and I'm going to build all the things in my life that are going to not distract, but you know that thing about the spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down? I'm going to have to build more sugar into my life. Thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for listening to me. And yeah, definitely the tsunami of waters today. I don't even know how to aim to finish off. I'm just gonna go. Thanks, man. See you. See you later.